Good afternoon. This is the top of Tabletop Mountain. You've seen this mountain in the background of a couple of my videos. One shot from the west and one shot from the east. This year's revelation is the way up to the top is from the south. And I'm going to break here now and triumphantly talk some anime. Toei. Toei is a pop music comedy drama OVA from 1987. The title character, Toei, is the lead singer and sometimes bass guitarist for an alternate indie band, Gasp. They play small clubs around Shinjuku and have a dedicated following among some of the locals. They're still amateurs and all the band members work boring day jobs. Toei is a rather laid-back rocker. Perhaps to the OVA's fault, we never actually see him working on his music, though the story clearly means for us to believe that he's extremely dedicated to the band's sound. He has a groupie, Nia, who hangs around with Toei and the band a lot. Nia claims to be Toei's lover. She's fond of picking up stray cats, meows a bit, and sometimes wears cat ears for some reason. Toei is currently living with Hidero, who identifies herself as his cousin, though they're obviously sharing a futon together. Hidero is a successful pop idol singer under the stage name Sonoko. It's kind of amusing when Hidero comes home from a recording session to find Toei already asleep and meets Nia for the first time. This is going to become an interesting implied menage a trois. Nia appears underage, but based on the OVA, I'd presume the other characters were all young adults. The manga, however, seems to peg their ages in high school. That's surprising given the total independence all these characters have. At the very least, this is summer break since no one's attending school right now, though Toei does meet someone in an empty school. But no matter, the sexual arrangements are merely inferred. The OVA is pretty tame, and I don't think there's even any kissing on screen. Toei's pop singer girlfriend, Hidero, tells her manager, Kato, about Toei and the band Gasp, and convinces her to check them out. The shrewd, business-oriented Kato decides she isn't interested in the band Gasp or its music, but she thinks Toei is a handsome, fair-voiced lad who could sell a lot of records with the right makeover. But Toei won't sell out to big music and turns her down. Okay, Toei doesn't turn Kato down, he turns down a recording contract. Which brings us to Yoji Aikawa, Kato's current pop sensation with a #1 pop song at the top of the charts. Toei doesn't like the guy, considering him to be a corporate sellout. The OVA merely hints that they may have known each other before Yoji went mainstream. Gasp drummer and apparent manager has finally gotten the band a large concert gig and a chance to record it. Remember, this is more than 20 years ago when indie bands couldn't just put their music up on the internet. Unfortunately, Kato isn't used to taking no for an answer, and with a stable of popular acts, she's got a lot of juice in the music business. The band is kind of glum when they find out that their big concert's been cancelled in favor of a Yoji Aikawa concert.
どうしたのみんな
中止になっちまったんだよ日比谷野音のライブ
Toei is a small, uncomplicated, and amiable story told with a healthy dose of good-natured humor. It's based on a manga by Atsushi Kamijo. But the OVA is also about the music. One of the challenges about making a video from a manga based on a rock band is you have to put an actual sound to your fictional band's music. And the audience then has to buy that the music is good or bad or innovative or whatever the manga claimed it was. Since Toei features 3 different characters who sing and play, Gasp, Sonoko, and Yoji, it needs a lot of music. And then there's the risk that a few decades later, all that hip music will sound quaint and old-fashioned. See, for example, Bubblegum Crisis. The Toei OVA was produced by CBS Sony, and the soundtrack features songs from a good many of their bands from the period. There's certainly irony in a record label sponsoring an anime in which the record label is the bad guy. Anything to promote the product, I guess. Nonetheless, the music has been well integrated into the story, with the animation often providing an almost music video approach to telling parts of the story. Some of this uses a pop art approach, and some simply uses the music as part of a montage. Most of Toei is economically animated. It gets a lot of mileage out of panning or zooming on stills, or flashing alternate images on the screen to give the illusion of action without actually requiring a lot of in-between work. On the other hand, the art designs are modestly interesting. It often features bright colors and lighting with high contrast shadows, a similar style to what director Mamoru Homatsu later used on his Arslan movie and OVAs, and it's vaguely reminiscent of the Lane art style. The animators were apparently so carried away with this style that there were even crisp shadows on rainy days under leaden skies. Much of this look was innovative for its time, though a few years later, Production IG seems to have embraced a similar style for a lot of its OVAs. During some of the music video segments, when the band is performing, the art style uses a pop art style that was popular back in that period, with faster movement. As a point of trivia, I found that some of the music video animation changed so quickly, the little ITV dongle I used to capture video from my Laserdisc player couldn't keep up with it. First time that's ever happened. So I'm going to have to show you something just a little bit slower. In short, Toei has the familiar plot of a young man trying to hang on to his ideals and not sell out to the man, who in this case is a woman. It's a straightforward underdog story, pleasantly executed with some genial humor and not a lot of melodrama. It has lots of 1987-era J-pop music crammed into its 50 minutes. I find it still a modestly amusing video, and I give it 4 stars. The animation style is hand-drawn and old school, but it was avant-garde for its time period, and so it still looks modestly interesting today. And honestly, I prefer this older, light J-pop sound to the crap you kids are listening to these days. Toei has never had an American release, perhaps because it doesn't have any ninjas or robots, or more likely because licensing all this music is just too darn hard. Thanks for watching!